As Chief Executive Officer of the Victorian Local Governance Association, it's my pleasure to present to you the VLGA's 2019-2020 annual report, this year in a virtual form. Throughout the 1920 period, the VLGA continued to strengthen its profile as the independent peak governance body for local government. We embrace the opportunity to connect with councils and counsellors from all parts of Victoria and work collaboratively with policymakers and integrity agencies such as IBAC, Local Government Victoria, the Municipal Inspectorate, the Victorian Auditor General, the Victorian Ombudsman and the VEC, and other peak bodies such as LG Pro to bring new programs and services that focused on relevant and time-critical matters before the sector. The VLGA's 5-year strategic plan, 2018 to 2022, continued to guide the work of the organisation as we work to support and assist councillors to do their job well and support councils in achieving good local governance in the delivery of services to their communities. Advocacy for effective local governance, supported by training and professional development, are at the heart of what the VLGA does. We also give councils a voice through regular meetings with key government departments, the Minister for Local Government, portfolio ministers and their advisors. VLGA members benefit from subsidised training, events, programs and policy analysis. We are a consultative organisation with a strong focus on supporting our members and forming collaborative partnerships to deliver our programs, such as the signature Leading the Agenda program with support from our sponsor, Picture Partners. Our work continued in the face of the first COVID-19 lockdown and was supported by what has now become the highly sought after VLGA Connect program. Panel discussions held throughout the financial year included optimising the planning system, technology and service delivery, addressing systemic barriers to council engagement, and 1 year out, a program for CEOs, which was all about caretaker provisions for the then impending and looming local government elections. In the lead up to an election year, we supported both sitting councillors and those from the community through our candidate information sessions, which began in March prior to the COVID lockdown and continued virtually once COVID had hit us. The VLGA delivered a number of externally funded projects over the year: the Gambling Harm Prevention Program, the Local Women Leading Change Program, and also the Your Community Country and Council project. I would now like to focus on our advocacy and training in support of women and diversity. The VLGA's Local Women Leading Change Program is partly funded through a grant from Local Government Victoria. With COVID-19 hitting us in March, it required a change in delivery methods, and the VLGA adapted, and boy did we adapt. Local Government 101 program became online content. The candidate development workshops were also transformed into virtual content, and we delivered over 20 of these throughout the financial year. We also formed a partnership with Women's Health Loddon Mallee, where we ran a pilot program as part of our Local Women Leading Change program to deliver a package that could be rolled out to women's health services and relevant community organisations to support women's leadership in local government and in local communities. We also formed partnerships with Women's Health in the South East and the Ethnic Communities Council of Victoria. The VLGA is a proud supporter of the Victorian Women's Charter. Currently, there are 73 of the 79 Victorian councils which are signatories to this charter, and the VLGA continues to increase engagement with local government on the importance and value of the work of the Women's Charter. We also continue to be prominent on our social media channels as part of the VLGA's work in working with councils to build the capacity of their communities, particularly in lead up to local government elections. We launched the Step Up and Get Elected program, which specifically targeted young people in the community and raised their awareness about the role and scope and importance of local government and encouraged them to not only consider running in local government elections, but at the very least to cast informed votes in the election process. Another of our funded programs through the Victorian Responsible Gambling Foundation allows us to work with councils and their communities in minimising harm from gambling. Through this funded program, we engage with councils on gambling harm prevention policies, support community members to enable them to have their say about a local poker machine application, and work in partnership with Moreland City Council to introduce new libraries to the Libraries After Dark program. In the financial year, the VLGA also commenced a partnership with the University of Melbourne and La Trobe University in a research project, an ARC-funded research project called Women's Barriers to Representation in Local Government. This will be an important partnership with leading academic institutions who will undertake research during the 2020 election period and across the 4-year term of candidates, both of those who were successfully elected and those who were not. The VLGA continued to represent its members on several external committees. In the last year, we continued to support member councils, councillors and communities through briefings, events and training sessions. There was a post-budget wrap-up 2019. As part of the VLGA's commitment to good governance and capacity building, we presented the annual Fast Track Councillor Leadership Program in March 2020. This program looked at what would best suit councillor development in their final year as a councillor prior to the local government elections. Several expert panellists were available to answer attendees' questions, and the day was opened by the Minister for Local Government and an engaging Q&A session. Funding from Local Government Victoria also enabled the VLGA to focus on delivering for our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Victorians through the VLGA's program, Your Community, Country and Council. This program has been developed to assist and encourage and engage with our First Nations people to run for and vote in local government elections. In addition to the partner forums we ran, we also hosted Transport for Melbourne Symposium, our Child-Friendly Cities and Communities Network, and a collaboration with Central Queensland University, attended by visiting Professor Jay Freelander speaking on the United Nations Sustainability Development Goals. The 7th Annual Heart Awards, Helping Achieve Reconciliation Together, was delivered in partnership with Reconciliation Victoria, with support from Bank Australia and Local Government Victoria. Unfortunately, due to COVID-19, the Heart Awards celebration was a live stream event, but that did not dampen the enthusiasm, and it is still a highlight and continues to be each year for councils and community coming together to celebrate Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal people working together through building relationships, respect and understanding. The Heart Awards are an action item of the Victorian Aboriginal and Local Government Action Plan, developed by Local Government Victoria. The VLGA is a rich source for councils to develop and strengthen best practice in engagement, partnership and employment opportunities with their Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities. Membership is and continues to be the lifeblood of the VLGA. We undertake an active engagement process with our members and key stakeholders, and we work hard to not only retain our existing members, but to build upon our membership base. I'm very happy to report to you that in the 2019-20 period, we gained 3 new council members, bringing the total number of VLGA member councils to 50. Council membership income for the 2019-20 period increased slightly with the advent of the 3 new council members. VLGA council membership subscriptions cover the costs associated with the extensive advocacy work that the VLGA undertakes on behalf of the local government sector in Victoria. The VLGA gave notice on its current office premises as at 30 June 2020, and there will be some investment in the next financial year in the relocation and establishment of an office best placed to provide exceptional services and representation for our membership. This move will be an exciting opportunity for both the VLGA and its members. At this stage, the 2021 financial year is anticipated to deliver a balanced end-of-year result as the VLGA continues to build on the services it provides to its membership and diversify its revenue streams. A percentage of retained earnings will be used to assist with this focus. It has been a difficult year, of course, as it has been with many other organisations, to progress some activities as a result of COVID. However, it has also highlighted the agility and responsiveness of the VLGA to provide time-critical and relevant information and virtual programs in its capacity as the peak governance organisation supporting the Victorian local government sector. Finally, I would like to thank our Leading the Agenda partner and sponsor, Pitcher Partners, and all of those stakeholders and other agencies that have worked with us so collaboratively over the 2019-20 period. Without those collaborations, it would have been difficult for the VLGA to progress some of its work, and we do value you. And finally, to our President, Councillor Lambros Tapanos and the board, I would like to thank them for their guidance, input and support. I would also like to recognise and acknowledge the contribution of all VLGA staff, contractors and other service providers, and thank them for their resilience, agility, professionalism and support over the past 12 months, especially in this extremely difficult time of lockdown and working from home. Your continued support during this time sees me extremely grateful. To our members and supporters, I do hope you like our New Look annual report, and thank you for your ongoing support and recognition of the importance and valued role the VLGA plays in the Victorian local government sector and even beyond.